Being a shorter guy in the dating world, yeah, it's an experience. I've been rejected over my height, overlooked, and yes, ghosted many times. But I've also learned exactly what works and what doesn't. And in today's video, I'm gonna share my personal struggles and I'm gonna tell you how to dominate the dating game even as a shorter guy. Let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna share with you the 2 to 3 biggest challenges I face as a shorter guy in the dating world, and I'm sure you're gonna really resonate with them. But by far, the biggest challenge I experienced was a lot of the times I just felt invincible in social situations. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's say you're at a bar or at a club and maybe you're with like 3 to 5 of your friends. You look around, you know, big tall guys everywhere, good looking girls. You're looking at this one girl that you particularly like, but you start to wonder and you start to think, is anyone even notice me right now? As you have your private conversation with your friends. And here's a personal story I had at a club, and this is a true story, I promise you. It's about 4 of us in a club and we were dancing on the dance floor, and then some girls approached us and we all just kind of started dancing as kind of one guy took one girl and vice versa. I'm sure you know what I mean. And I was dancing with some girl, but she was kind of facing the other way a little bit, and then she turned around, and I'll never forget this. She puts her hand over my head, and she was a bit of a taller girl, like maybe 5'8" for a girl, which is obviously a little bit taller for a girl. And then she says, "What are you, like 5 foot nothing?" And I remember right there, it was so embarrassing and my heart just like dropped. Like my friends are all dancing with the girls and then I'm with this like taller girl and she's kind of like blew me off. So I'm just kind of standing there like an idiot and just kind of embarrassed at the same time. So by far the biggest challenge I experienced, and I'm sure you do as well a lot of times, I just felt invincible in social situations. The second biggest challenge I experienced as a shorter guy, and this is obviously modern now, but I did struggle a little bit on the dating apps. Now I figured it out, I made a video and that's for another time you can watch it, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. As a shorter guy on the dating apps, it just makes life a little bit or maybe a lot more challenging to get matches. And when you do match a girl, sometimes maybe they don't see your height or you didn't list your height, and one of the first questions they ask you is, how tall are you? And you're like, fuck, like it's over, especially maybe if you're talking to this girl for a little bit and you built up some good momentum. So it's definitely harder as a guy on the dating apps. That's definitely what I experienced. But the good news is it's definitely not impossible. And I'm a firsthand success story right now because I did meet my girlfriend on a dating app, and there are a few things you can do to really master the apps, but as a shorter guy, it definitely makes it more challenging, and there are more challenges, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, to match with girls. And then when you do match with girls, it's harder to carry on conversations, especially once they know your height, or maybe they meet someone else and they lose interest in you. All right, a third common challenge I experienced before I really talk about how I changed the game and how you can as well is a common line ladies said to me, and I'm sure you heard this many times, but the line is, I usually only date taller guys. That's a gut punch, right? And I'll say this, if someone tells you that, a girl, don't worry about it. Just walk away. There's new girls. Like, it's a very shallow and dumb statement. That'd be like going to a girl and saying, let's say she maybe just had to have the biggest ass. Imagine going to a girl and saying, especially talking in person or maybe in the dating apps, and just say, you know what, like I only date girls with a big ass. It's a rude statement, right? I'm sure you're a polite guy. You would never say that to a girl. So if a girl says that to you, believe me, that's a red flag and you want nothing to do with that. So those are 3 most common challenges I face. There are obviously a lot more, but I'm gonna talk to you now, most importantly, on how I change the game, how you can as well. That's going to lead you more dates and ultimately getting to your dream girlfriend. Okay, the most important thing I did to change the game, and you need to do this as well, is I had a mindset shift. So what I mean by that is, if you're short, there's nothing you can do about that, and you have to control what you can control. And I get it, it sucks. Like we want to be 5'10", we want to be 6 feet, etc., etc. But let me put it to you this way. Every single guy has a type of girl they like, right? Like whether it's like a big ass, maybe it's some big melons, maybe it's like blonde hair, brunette hair. Every guy has a type they like on a girl. Well, it's the exact same thing when it comes to girls to a guy. You know, some girls like men taller, some don't care about height, some like them more sophisticated, some like them more funny. So just because you are short, I promise you, it doesn't exclude every single girl on this planet. And there are a lot of females that absolutely don't care about height. And so you have to have that mindset where, yes, if you're shorter, it's definitely going to have some girls off limits because height's important to them, but that doesn't mean the pool is closed. There's a lot of fish in the sea, I promise you that. And if you make that mindset change and control what you can control, and accept your height, it's gonna make it so much easier to find the right girl. Okay, the second thing I changed was I got myself in top tier shape. But here's the thing, just because you get yourself in shape, it doesn't mean you're gonna have 100 girls knocking on your door asking to bang you, right? Like, that's not the way it works. If it does, that'd be pretty damn cool. But what it's gonna do specifically, and don't get me wrong, it's gonna help with more options with girls, because obviously girls, for the most part, is gonna find a man who's in good shape attractive. But what it's gonna really do, and most importantly, is it's gonna help with your confidence. Now think of it this way, and I gave this analogy before. It's like getting a haircut. When you're done getting a haircut, you just feel better, right? Like you look better, you feel better, and it improves your confidence, and you have a little more pep in your step. It's the same thing when it comes to you transforming your body. So yes, like it's gonna help, of course, with some girls that are gonna be attracted to it. Like my girlfriend was attracted to my abs and arms specifically, but most importantly, you're just gonna have way more confidence talking to females. And obviously the more confidence you have and the better you feel, I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, it's gonna make talking to girls so much easier. So get yourself in shape. Yes, it's gonna open up some more girls, but most importantly, it's gonna be for your confidence. Okay, before we get into the last part, where I talk about some awesome tips on how you can win the dating game as a shorter guy, the last thing I changed that really helped me in the dating world was I stood out with my personality, my confidence, and my sense of humor. So just like I talked about before in terms of confidence and getting in shape, I do think that was a game changer for me because I used to be a super skinny kid as a teenager, but then when I really got myself in shape, I just noticed like so much more confidence, and that confidence really showed off my sense of humor. Like I might not seem like a funny guy on camera, I'm a little bit shy, but I feel like I got a pretty good sense of humor. And that sense of humor also helped with my personality, and it just made talking to girls so much easier. Like even you might be thinking like, how does this work if I'm on the dating apps? If you get matches and you're funny, believe me, girls absolutely love that. And in the middle of my survey, one of the most common traits girls are saying in terms of how they are attracted to a guy is personality and sense of humor. So I promise if you can get matches, which I do have other tips to set up your profile, we can guarantee if you can show this stuff off and you kind of listen to some of the steps I'm saying, you can absolutely crush the dating game. Now, I talked about what I did. I'm gonna give you some awesome tips to wrap up, and then we'll conclude the video in just a few minutes. Okay, so what actually works? I got 4 things for you. Number 1, own your height. I already talked about that before, so I'm not gonna get in depth. Don't apologize because you're short. Own it. If girls don't like you because your height, move on to the next one. It's gonna happen. Number 2, dress for success. Now, I suck at fashion. You can probably tell. I'm a Bill shirt with a backwards hat. My fashion has never been good, so this definitely did not help me. But if you can dress for success, I promise you it's gonna help you with the ladies. The third thing you can do is having the charisma. It is building social skills. And you might be thinking like, I'm not good at talking with girls. That's okay, you can improve your social skills because before, I was horrible at it. Like I was so bad at talking to girls, but there's so many different things you can do to help improve your social skills. And the 4th tip I have for you, I just went over it previously, is you want to make sure you get yourself in the best shape possible, which is going to give you confidence. So if I had to pick 2 main things, and this is coming from my girlfriend, that really stood out to her when she was attracted to me, obviously like she's got to find you good looking overall, but 2 main things. She loved my muscles, so I'll give you that. She loved my arms, my abs, I already told you that. That was a big thing for her, and physique was really important on a guy. No, but well, just note, for every single girl, it's not gonna make a difference, but for her, it definitely stood out. And the second thing she told me, it kind of blends into one, was my humor. So my sense of humor, which I talked about before, but just caring about her. So like, I wouldn't ghost her text. I would actually, follow through with her. And I just made her feel important. So my tips for you basically to kind of sum this up in terms of this section is, you want to make sure you don't apologize for your height. You want to make sure you dress well. You want to make sure you get yourself in shape, and you want to build social skills. Actually care about the girl. And I promise you, as a shorter guy, it might seem impossible. It's not. I'm a success story, and you can definitely do it if you really put your mind to it and just trust the process. I would love to know if you're going through anything that I went through. If so, please comment below. Let's see if we can get a discussion and a community growing on King's Physique here, because I want to do my best to help you guys, especially get in shape, get ripped, get more confidence, and then master the dating world. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk soon.